Okay, how do you jumpstart yourself into becoming a flexitarian? Well, first of all, I'm not a medical professional, I'm not a doctor, so always check with your doctor with any suggestions that I give in regards to health and being a flexitarian. So, how do you jumpstart? How do you begin? Just to let you know, the Healthy Flexitarian second edition digital book will tell you all about step by step how to begin. Well, a fast start might be you might think about detoxing, and you can do a detox through different teas, through fasting. I did it with fasting, and my fasting, I started off having a 12-hour fast. Didn't make it my first time, let me tell you. Not the 12 hours I didn't make the first time. So I ended up doing this. It worked better for me. When I wake up in the morning, I don't have anything till 12 or 1 o'clock. And then I break my fast healthy, a broth, juice, something like that. Okay. Then I eat light throughout the day. I do it again the second day. Getting my stomach used to something. And also, I'm not eating a whole bunch the rest of the day. I'm eating light. So, getting my stomach used to getting ready to go into something different. Okay. So, you could do detox or water detox in terms of fasting. So, when I started the flexitarian diet, I did a lot of vegetables, salads, fruits and vegetables, salads, and grains. And I did a little bit of meat, but I mixed it in between throughout the week. And that worked okay for a while. But I wanted something different. I wanted to go ahead and have more of a span of just plant based. So I chose to do meat, chicken, or fish on the weekend. That's not something that you have to choose in being a flexitarian. So I started eating plant based throughout the week, meat, chicken, or fish on the weekend. Plant based being um, in the mornings, I'm not having sausage and bacon and the BLTs and things like that. I'm not having that. I might have a whole grain cereal with a substitute alternative milk, not cow's milk, but almond milk, cashew milk. Some people like hemp milk. Okay, so you can do that, and that will help you. Whole grain cereal. Some people are going to stay away from eggs. I do eat eggs. I eat scrambled eggs sometimes, maybe with a bagel or half a bagel. I do still have coffee. I have it once a day. Easy on the sugar. That's when I first started. I had to really look at my sugar intake. And it's not easy because there's some things that I just really love, like sugar in my coffee, or shall I say, coffee in my sugar. So I like that, and I love chocolate chip cookies. Those are hard for me, and I've learned how to balance it out because I'm not going to tell myself I'm never going to have chocolate chip cookies. It's just not going to happen. So I I I do eat it, and I might eat chocolate chip cookies maybe twice a month, every other week, twice a month. And I don't buy a bag because that will be all gone. You know how that is. I would tell myself, I'm gonna keep it in the cabinet, and then I'll expand it and let it go about 2 months, 1 month, and have one cookie every other week. That doesn't happen. So you should know yourself. So you work the flexitarian diet based on what you know about yourself. Okay, so I jump started, um, starting to eat flexitarian, eating more plant based. I started off, I still had meat, chicken, or fish more often than I do now. And then started being able to cut it down more and more because the desire for meat goes away. Okay, so that helped me. I also uh, paired it with intermittent fasting. And how I did that, there's a 16-8, that's 8-hour eating window, and 16-hour fasting, which includes your sleep. I did the 14-10, 10-hour eating window, 14 hours fasting, which includes my sleep. Okay, and every 2 or 3 weeks, I would fast. It's about 19 hours, in which I'll stop eating about 4, and then I won't eat until about 12, about 19 hours, I guess, including my sleep. I do that once a week, one time, let me say once a month, because it's every 2 or 3 weeks. That's how I was able to lose my weight, doing that and cutting down on the meat, chicken, or fish. So once I started doing that, then the desire for meat started diminishing. I still liked meat. I have my hamburgers one time every other month, fried chicken one time every other month. Like I said, the chocolate chips, once a month, or once, or maybe twice a month sometimes. Still go out with friends to the restaurants, still go to cookouts, but sometimes I would overeat at a cookout, but I'll get back on it. And when I say overeat, I might not overeat meat, but I might overeat that other stuff that's real good. So you have to be careful. Everything's in moderation. You don't overeat. So when you are fasting, your eating window, you are not trying to get it all in. Eat as much as you can because I could eat for 10 hours. No, don't do that. This is where you start practicing how to eat in normal portions, mostly plant-based, okay, and moderation meat, chicken, or fish. So that's kind of a quick start. Start detoxing, number one. Maybe do it with teas. There's all kinds of ways to do it in the Healthy Flexitarian second edition digital book. Detox, start with plants, vegetables. Start at least once a day. Meatless Mondays, maybe. Tofu Tuesdays. Salad Saturdays. Try to work it in where you're cutting down more and more on meat. Don't expect yourself to just cut it out altogether. That's not going to work. Oh, I'm just not going to eat meat for the whole week. That's not going to happen. I'm going to go 3 days without eating meat. That's not going to happen either, because your body's going to crave the meat, chicken, or fish. Ease into it and you'll start getting used to it. It's the best of both worlds, because I find myself, if I'm not hanging out on the weekend doing something, going to restaurants or hanging out, I'll just do my plant-based. I don't miss the meat. Sometimes I have gone like maybe 3 weeks and haven't had meat, and I'm thinking, I like to still continue eating meat, chicken, or fish, but if I don't eat a little bit now and then, my body is going to reject it, in the sense of I'm not going to feel good once I start eating some kind of meat, chicken, or fish. So I would have, a little bit, usually on the weekend. So this is how you jumpstart yourself in becoming a flexitarian and ease into it and get all your information from the Healthy Flexitarian second edition digital book. I need you to like, comment, share, subscribe, the Flexitarian Lifestyle.